You're more important to me than any of that.
No, it was selfish of me, I know. And I knew how it must have made you feel. It was just something I had to do. Well, that said, I can't say I was looking forward to being shipped off to the gunner's main compound, so I do appreciate the timely emancipation. Thank you, hon. It's good to see you again. I missed you.
Forgetting someone, Jake?
Yeah. It's good to see you too, Aiden. And everyone else as well. Thank you. Caitlin, I see you came as well. How's Laura? Is she all right?
She's fine, Jake. She's waiting for you back at your HQ.
Let's get you home.
We'll escort Jake back. Make sure he doesn't surrender himself to any more gunners. You're free to join us, if you like.
Lead on.
Huh?
Attention. Maintenance required.
Yes?
Looking for
Report to the
anything?
cafeteria. To carry out an overdue service.
Long time no see.
Yeah?
Hey there.
Hey, good timing. I was just getting ready to talk to Laura. Although I don't mind admitting, my nerves are starting to get the best of me. It's been so long. What if Laura... I mean, do you think she'll be happy? You know, to see me again?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You think? Oh, I hope so. Stomach's got all aflutter. Whew. Caitlin went to get Laura. She should be here any second.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, sweetheart. Look Look how big you've gotten. Oh, I can't believe it. Here you are.
I missed you, Dad.
I miss you too, sweetheart. More than you could ever know. Oh. Caitlin, I think we need to have some words. Figure things out. Because I can't lose Laura again. I can't let you take her away from me like you did before.
Dad? It wasn't Mom who...
Sweetheart, I want to hear everything you gotta say. But first, I need to talk to your mother. There's a lot she needs to answer for.
Don't you think you're being a little selfish here?
I suppose you've got a point. I didn't mean to be so dismissive. I just... Okay, Buttercup. I'm listening. What is it you wanted to tell me?
Dad, I'm the reason we left. Mom didn't kidnap me. I asked her to take me from Sanford.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? Why would you...
Everyone there hated us. Even when I was little, they all said horrible things about you, and Mom, and me. They blamed us for what happened to Sanford. And they were right. Growing up, I just felt so bad. And whenever I asked if we could help people, help the town get better, you just ignored me. You wouldn't even listen to Mom. You just kept saying you were doing what was best for me. But that wasn't true.
I'm listening.
You were just so angry at the town. I kept begging Mom to talk to you, convince you to buy back the water plant, fix it. But you wouldn't. It's like you wanted to watch Sanford fall apart. I hated it. Seeing people hurt. Knowing everyone hated us. Hated me. So I asked Mom to take me away. Find a new settlement where people were nice to each other. Somewhere where I wouldn't feel so bad.
Is that true?
Pretty much. You gotta understand. Laura's a sweet kid. Real empathetic. From an early age, she understood what was happening to Sanford and its people. And, indirectly or not, she knew Jake was the root cause of it. She did her best to coax him into action, try to persuade him to shoulder the town's burden. But Jake wasn't having any of it. So, Laura turned to me. Thought maybe I could convince Jake.
Do people really think that badly of you?
Jake's father, Jack, was never interested in profit. He charged just enough for his water to pay his workers' wages and maintain the plant. Cheap and readily available water helped Sanford grow. But as demand rose, so did the costs. And Jack had to raise prices just to break even. Folks weren't too happy about that. From then on, Jack, his family, and all the workers at the plant were seen as greedy fat cats, only caring for profit. So when the plant broke, the town refused to pay for repairs. And when Jake had to sell the plant, that just made things even worse. There was a lot of hate from both sides. I married into that hate. And Laura ended up inheriting it.
I'm sorry to hear that.
A few years after that, Laura asked if we could move away from Sanford. She wanted to start over. I asked Jake about it, said we should find a better settlement for Laura, that she deserved no less. But Jake was as stubborn as ever. He refused to leave. It was a difficult choice, but I could see what all of this was doing to Laura. She needed somewhere better, somewhere kinder. So we packed up and we left.
Sounds like you had a rough time of it back there.
Yeah. I mean, others had it a lot worse. At least we had food, and clean water, and our roof didn't leak, and enough caps. But that kind of made everything worse. We only looked after ourselves, and ignored everybody else. It sort of made everyone's hate feel fair. They had good reason to be angry with us. But yeah, it was rough.
He didn't tell me that.
I'm sure Dad just saw things in a different way. I know he was mad at the town. I never met Grandpa. He died to save Sanford. But when his water plant broke, the town didn't help. They expected Dad to fix it all. Dad said he was okay with Grandpa's death, but he could never get over how the town responded. It made him real sad. And then Dad ended up making everybody else feel just as sad.
I'm sure he had his reasons.
Yeah, I did. But I think even back then, I knew those reasons weren't exactly the greatest. Laura, I am so sorry. I knew you were sometimes unhappy. That's why I focused my efforts on you and not Sanford. But you hit the nail right on the head. I didn't listen. I didn't want to listen.
But things are different now. I've been hearing a lot from the people who work here. About how you wouldn't give those gunner people what they wanted. Just to get me back. You didn't do it cause it would have hurt the folks around you. Right?
Well, yeah, of course.
And you've been making people's lives better. Like you were saying on the radio. I know it's true. Cause look at everything you've done.
And I can't take all the credit. I've had a lot of good people helping me. I couldn't have done it without them. We've built up a real fine community.
That's all I ever wanted. You to help people. Do you think maybe one day we could do all this at Sanford too?
I know we could. Come here, sweetheart. I'm so sorry I didn't listen to you. And I let my hurt feelings cause so much trouble. But I promise, from now on, no more of that.
I'm just glad that you and your family are safe now.
And I wonder who I have to thank for helping with that. Hey, I think me, Caitlin, and Laura need to talk for a bit. And that I need to make more than a few apologies. I'll catch you later, okay? Oh, and hun, thank you for helping me get my daughter back, for helping see there's better ways of doing things, and thank you for, well, everything. Saying I love you barely does justice to how I really feel. About you, about everything you've done for me. But I truly do love you. From the bottom of my heart. I'll see you later, hon.
Calling any available science department personnel. Report to the basement. The sample is ready for collection.
Damn, I'm hungry.
Concord might actually make something of itself.
Huh?
What just happened?
Mole rats!
Have you been back to Satellite Station Olivia?
Time for the old 1-2.
Commonwealth justice for you.
Hey, Deb. What's good today?
Just got a lot of scrap metal in. Could fix you up with some new tack or new
Brahmin?
I think the boss is trying to keep our costs light for the next run.
Well, you better hope that old gear holds. Your Brahmin breaks a leg, it'll cost you a lot more.
Your presence here is a great gift, not just to Father, but to all of us.
Nice work bringing that rogue synth back.
Ah, hello, Mother. Tell me, what would you do when someone has stolen from you?
That's a loaded question. What's been stolen from you?
Institute property is not often taken from us. We cannot react lightly when it happens. The group that calls themselves the Railroad have acquired several synths from the Institute. Synths that had gone missing in recent months. They no doubt mean to free these synths, in their delusion that synths are somehow sentient beings. You've been in contact with the Railroad, so you're aware of their misguided beliefs.
What happened? What have they done?
They are in possession of technology that does not belong to them. Usually they are a minor nuisance, but lately they have become more emboldened. I'm afraid we've reached the point where a response is necessary. We have learned the current location of these synths, and need to reacquire them before the Railroad can hide them.
Where are the synths located?
A small settlement at the old Bunker Hill Monument. But it's important that we act on this soon, before the Railroad has any indication we've tracked them. We also don't want the Brotherhood of Steel getting wind of the presence of the synths. That would only complicate matters.
Is it just me, or will I have backup?
A Corso will be waiting for you outside Bunker Hill. You'll have support should you need it. But we want to keep this small.
Pam wants you. She explained why, but I couldn't figure it out.
So you and Glory got assigned the same op. Compartmentalization of intel does have its cost.
Can I talk to you?
Something on your mind?
The Institute knows about Bunker Hill. They're planning to recapture the synths there.
The timing couldn't be worse. The old man's been sitting on those 4 synths. There's nowhere else that's safe we could put them. Maintaining your cover is vital. But the sacrifice is just too great.
How much damage would it cause if we let them hit us?
We're running out of places to hide our synths. That's why we put so many eggs in one crowded basket to begin with. So what would we lose? 4 synths, Stockton, some of our best agents, and the inevitable civilian casualties? No, not this time. We've never known when and where the Institute would strike us next. But now we have a chance to turn the tables. We wait until the enemy is in position, then we hit them hard. No one they send out comes back alive except you. Understand?
Won't the Institute be suspicious if I'm the only one left?
You're a lot tougher than anyone else in their outfit. If only one person could survive, it would be you. And any story you come up with won't be contradicted. We can't attack too early. We need to draw them into the kill zone, and then spring the trap. You'll know when. You'll probably have a Courser escort. You'll have to take them down. You've done it before, but it'll still be dangerous.
Like you said, I've done it before.
It's a risk, but it's one we have to take. So get it done.
I've been waiting for you.
So, what's our situation?
I assume you've been briefed? Our targets are inside. 4 synths under railroad protection. Majority of the settlement is uninvolved and are expected to run for cover. The situation appears to have escalated. A covert approach is likely impossible. We move in, secure the synths, and I relay out with them back to the Institute. Clear? The mission's parameters just changed. We go in shooting. Requesting backup relay now.
Oh no.
Over here!
Should've just run. We'll secure the area. Yes? We're not backing down. We're gonna protect what's ours. We're not backing down. We're gonna protect what's ours. Help!
Yes?
Huh?
Hey there. I can't believe you'd do that for us. Thank you. You've given us another chance at life. We won't forget it.
Hey there.
Thank you for sparing us.
Excuse me.
We'll get somewhere safe as soon as you're gone.
Curious.
Combat initiated.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
So why come out here?
To put things in perspective, I suppose. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
But why refreeze me?
As a failsafe, of course. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
So it was you. You let me out?
Yes. It was my decision. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you? As it has everything else? Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
Well, here I am. Was it worth it?
I believe so. Soon, I hope. I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
We were totally ambushed. They were waiting for us.
You can imagine that I find that very hard to believe, given that all the intelligence leading up to this indicated we'd taken them by surprise. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this? They had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
Pam wants to talk with you. She's in back.
You gotta be careful, man. The Institute is everywhere.
Hey there.
Another Mila placed and even more data. Got a lead on another vantage spot. If you got the time. Or we could just do some business.
Up there, assume you're being watched. Always.
What's up?
The business in Good Neighbor is concluded, right? The extent of our operation there is quite sensitive.
I suppose you're here for my medical services. Let's see what's wrong with you.
Initiating dialogue mode. Another courser target has been identified. You are instructed to eliminate it.
You know anything else?
The only reliable data on the target is its location. Verbal acknowledgement required.
I'll do it.
Issuing reassurance token. Good luck, Agent. Recalibrating using new data set. Processes are busy.
When running synths out of the wealth, wastelanders can be a bigger problem than even the Institute.
Solving for Theta N when I approaches probability bounds.
The runner
Adding
should be
data
able to get
the
to the cache.
statistical model. Reward dispensed.
Sometimes the story's got it right. You kicked ass back in the day.
Yeah?
Let's trade some things.
Go ahead.
A message from the security team. And now for our fact of the day. The Boston Public Library was built over 400 years ago and was the first large-scale free library in the history of the United States.
Yes?
Hi,
Yes?
how are you?
Yes?
Hello, citizen.
Yeah?
Yes.